Whatever, Spanky.
This is like the Samaka thing. He's like, he sort of does one of these. He's like, he's like, so like, yeah, we need a still of that guy.
Yeah, or the sound guy when it's like when there's something's going wrong, he's like,
yeah, like fast moving,
yeah,
fast acting sound guy.
time to step to it, right?
Right. See, if that were me, I'd just be moving, making it look like I'm doing something, but I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
Start unplugging things and then just throwing your hands up, being like, pointing at the board, you know. It's
yeah,
no
if only they could hear you sighing, you know, and they would really get. What is that like? JR used to.
Yeah, the Fisher Huff.
Richard Huff?
No, the Fisher Huff.
The Fisher Huff? What, like they're getting no bites?
Yeah.
Oh, the Fisher, J.R. Fisher.
Yeah, the J.R. Fisher Huff.
I think his dad probably did that.
Yeah, I have a feeling that stuff just doesn't come out of nowhere.
No.
It's a learned practice.
He didn't just come up with it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for
How
joining
you been,
me.
man?
Huh?
Yeah. How you been?
Been doing good.
Yeah.
It's the Whatever Spanky Show. Let's go ahead and get the theme out of the way. Okay, that's good. we'll do a special special version of the theme this week.
That's from the Spanky, one of the Spanky albumins.
Yeah, that's from the solo effort, the freshman solo effort.
It's
of,
good.
Of yours truly, Spanky Hughes.
Yes.
And for the cover of the album, I was just going to take a picture of this. And just put Spanky Hughes in like a cursive writing, on a white background.
Like on a white background?
Yeah. And I was
cool. Like maybe you could have it where it can be removed. And then it's like a banana skeleton underneath. That's where you make it different.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, vascular and human and,
Sure. Like a fruit. Like I forget who did it, but there was whenever a cartoon will show the cartoon character with a full like nervous system and like vascular system underneath their cartoon exterior, like a SpongeBob or something.
Yeah,
and
that's
like that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, they're digging deep there.
Just to kind of like put a little bit of realism, but it's not. There's no way to really.
Yeah, I'm bummed out. I think is John K from Ren and Stimpy? He's canceled now, right?
I think he is for
he's
dating
a fucking
underage
creep,
girls.
isn't he?
He dates underage girls.
Dick. I can't look at Ren and Stimpy the same way now. What happened?
You always got to look at it with a. He's not guilty of any crimes, but you got to look at it for kind of a point of view where you just don't know yet. Like with someone like Cosby, we know.
Sure.
With John Kay, like we kind of know, but I would never ever not take a person seriously that claims this happened to them.
Sure.
I would never do that.
Yeah, I mean it's always err on the side of it's tricky because you don't want anybody can accuse anybody of anything.
Sure.
But anytime it involves somebody being taken advantage of, it's like, oh man.
You can never not take them seriously because it's ridiculous. Anyone who thinks that there's just where a few different people say the same thing that there's no truth to it, there has to be.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's no big people are too ready to believe a conspiracy theory maybe. And so they're ready to just discount a bunch of different people's, accounts of what happened. It's like, no, you can't do that. You can't. Yeah. You're going to wait until, like with Bill Cosby, people didn't start admitting it till like 35 women, 40, then they're like, okay, I guess it's real now.
Maybe there's some clout to these accusations.
Yeah. It's like, they waited so long for a lot of
Uh-huh.
people to like turn the corner, I think.
Now you just notice it's not as juicy if there's somebody who's a public figure who's not looked well upon. Like they're like, well,
Hmm.
you find out like Charles Manson actually like rescued a lot of dogs or something. It's like, well, hey, that's cool. Like
Yeah, the
Hitler
reverse.
actually, I used to like make paper mache and like would give it to homeless kids, and I
Yeah,
mean not Jewish homeless kids,
he
but
loved homeless Aryan kids.
yeah, as long as they were, you know, the right type of kids.
Yeah.
But it's just you get that information that tears people down. It's
Do you
I just
isn't it weird to see how much better Hitler was at public relations than Donald Trump? Hitler was just like way smoother.
much more skilled. Which don't get me wrong, I'm glad the other guy wasn't as skilled, or else, we'd be in a
Yeah,
different spot right now.
what if he somehow won over everybody?
Yeah,
Like Hitler did.
sure. Entirely possible. I'd say if he was a little more skilled, we would be
Yeah.
in deep shit
Yeah.
right now.
I bet you even the Jews, if Hitler wasn't trying to exterminate them, they would have been like, God, that Hitler's not a bad guy. But it just so happens he just
I think that was
I
the
like the
biggest
way he
thing.
runs the country. It's a shame he wants to exterminate me and everyone like me.
That's a deal breaker.
It is
For
a
sure.
deal breaker.
Yeah. Can't get past that.
Well, I'm back on the horse here.
Oh, I see that. Was that a stout horse?
It's this Guinness beer.
Mm. Oh, nice.
I bought them the other day. I bought Red Stripes, and I realized that they've made them smaller.
Really?
Yeah,
Like,
unless
are
someone
they one of the 11-2s?
is that what it is? Was it always like that?
It's like a European, not American. Where's my extra 0.8 ounce, motherfucker?
Yeah, exactly. You owe
I
me a
came here
fourth of a beer.
Drink 12 full ounces, damn it.
So for a 6-pack, it's 1/4 of a beer that they're
Yeah.
taking away from you.
It's cold.
It's such a small little thing. It's just like what they're doing at Wendy's with the burger. They're making the little burgers like littler,
Yeah.
and they're actually
Their
raising the
chicken,
prices.
their chicken nuggets are like,
Yeah.
they're like the size of my nipples now.
I don't eat those anymore, man. I'm sure
Yeah,
maybe you have in a pinch, but
Yeah. Yeah, they're tiny.
yeah. What's up? Who you got?
Oh, that was Calvin. He's going
Yeah,
to
I
bed.
could tell. I could tell it was Calvin by the height. I just kind of estimated his height now is probably taller
He's
than it was last time I saw him.
yeah, he's going to be taller than Emily here soon, man.
Sure,
Yeah. He's going to surpass, I think summertime, he's going to shoot past her.
sure.
He's a tall lad, and he's still got a slight waist, but he's growing. I know that's going to
yeah?
catch up. It's just like,
Slight.
he's like Stretch Armstrong now. So he's
Yeah.
just like, that silly putty figure being pulled out.
Yeah, exactly. Their legs get too long. They don't know what to do with them. Just like they just kind of
Yeah.
bumble around with these like
Remember
big
those days.
giraffe, these like kangaroo legs. They just really
Yeah.
don't know how to do it yet. Like their faces and heads are really small still, and their bodies are like dark for derp, and they're kind of like running away with the show, and they're just like along for the ride.
Yeah. But yeah, he's doing good. He's been doing he goes to school for band, and other than that, he is all day doing computer remote learning. So,
Oh shit!
yeah. He's getting all B's though. I'm impressed. I couldn't do that shit.
Yeah,
I would have flunked.
you should have said A's. You just lied for the podcast.
I'm honest about my child's education.
No
He's
bullshit.
getting straight A's.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought
Yeah.
you said.
He just got accepted to university.
I hope he goes to university.
Yes, to university, not a university, to university. Good.
I hope he goes to university.
Yes, directly.
Like, why don't English people say the ocean? Like, call it ocean. Like, I'm going to ocean. You know,
because you sound foreign. But if you say university,
me and the family are going down to Ocean this weekend. It's the same thing, right?
yeah, I don't know. I just got done reading this book, and it took place in England, and I kept trying to imagine their accents in my head, and I couldn't do it. I was really disappointed with myself.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this would have made this a lot more interesting. Just entertaining for myself. I would have been like, now we go down to Ocean.
To Ocean? Then we go down to Bank.
We go down to Bank Ocean. Yeah.
And what about the claim? It's like I think both countries, America and England, would claim to know the better version of English. You know what I mean? But like they both do these horrible perversions of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like English say elementary, and they just say there's no. I just ignore that vowel. It's an A, but I'm like elementary. You know,
it gets in the way of the rest of the word. Just to get to want to get to the finish line with some words.
Yeah, they do talk fast, so maybe that's it. They're just in a hurry. They're just like impatient.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They got to get through that word so they can go get to a window and stare at the clouds.
Yeah, it's like Spanish. Spanish is kind of a drawn out language, so they talk so fast to get through. They're like da 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 da. It's like it's a chore. It's like trying to get to the end of the sentence.
Yeah, I mean, I work with a lot of Spanish speakers, and I really try to. I mean, I've had rudimentary Spanish, and I try to hang on. But yeah, it's like you feel like you're on a roller coaster. trying to hang on, but you're not strapped into the seat, and you fall off.
Well, that's the one thing that they have on you as your subordinates. It's like, this guy can't speak our language,
That's right. They just go faster, and I'm just like, whoop.
And they come over and you try to speak it. They're like, listen to him try. Like let's stand here and listen to our boss try to speak Spanish.
Yeah,
it'll be fun.
I just throw in like a Claro KC.
And you're just like, Anyway,
yeah, I stopped trying. Really, I'll meet him halfway.
You never know if they're making fun of you or not.
Well,
you never know for sure.
It's a thing because as being a boss of someone, someone is saying something about you. Like I'm not. And that's cool, whatever. Like, you say things about bosses, whatever.
Yeah.
But the fact that you can say something about your boss in another language without them understanding it,
it's a great opportunity. Like, it would be
awfully tempting not to do that. So I can't really fault them for it.
Even if they're not saying anything mean, they're probably doing it just to do it. They're like, I bet.
Because you can.
He's like, yeah, they're probably giving you compliments behind your back just because they want to be able to do something behind your back.
I'm sure that it's 98% compliments. And then just like 2%, like, fuck this Ginger. And I'm okay with that.
They might say something about Ginger just because that's funny. But, yeah, you're probably the kind of boss that they don't make fun of. They're glad to have. They've had they've had the worst bosses ever. You've had bad bosses, maybe. Maybe you've been lucky to not have them. But
no,
ones...
I mean, I like where I work. I have, I like all my bosses, thankfully.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
You work for a progressive type company.
Yes, we're very progressive.
And everyone's a little bit worried about everyone's feelings. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, restaurant people are cool. So just loose. As a usually restaurant people are pretty cool. So that makes it easy.
But like, there was a time when in kitchens, you're just like, everyone, go fuck yourself. Everyone's using cunt. It's just it's the kitchen is like the dirtiest workplace.
Sure.
The kitchen. Yeah. People talk about the construction sites, about the guys like, hey, calling the girls. But if there were girls walking past the kitchen in the same way, maybe they would be yelling too. Be like, hey, I'm flipping boigas. The kitchens are like the same thing.
Yeah, it's. I mean, we definitely are in a climate where we're very much more like HR oriented and making sure we have a comfortable environment for everyone. But I definitely know the kitchens you're alluding to. I don't condone such an environment, but I know that such environments are out there.
Yeah, like a sweaty armpit with a white T-shirt and like
cat calling over a sizzling sausage patty.
Have you seen that new waitress? And they're still using the word waitress, you know.
Yeah.
Waitress.
Yeah.
That means she's female.
I think she's only got 3 kids.
Yeah, Tress. Have you seen that waitress? She's got an apartress.
Yeah.
I like it. She drives a Toyota Tress. Everything's femaleized.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, we're all inclusive.
You're all, and that's good.
Don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable.
I'm glad to hear that your company you work for is equal opportunity.
What you find in those environments, the people that feel comfortable are like, you know, the guys that look like us.
Yeah.
And then even they don't feel comfortable because they feel like they have to be something that they're really not. Well, because they're high. Yeah.
Because they're high. Guys like us.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Yeah.
Have you seen us?
Good looking. I see you now. You're in the long hair club officially. Look at you, got that shit back.
I got a ponytail.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like down here. I remember in high school or in middle school, more like it. You're just like pulling it down your nose. You're like, look, it's long.
It's getting good.
It's long. Look at my mustache hairs. And you're like, bing, bing.
I couldn't grow a mustache till I was like 21.
That's too.
It took me a long time.
But you had to go to pretty early though, right?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that came in before.
That's just what happens. Certain people.
Yeah.
Because the mustache I think was the first. Some people they always have mustache first, like I did, and then a goatee is second, and then you get the rest of the shit. I think that's kind of common. Some people it's maybe goatee first, and then the rest of the stuff, and mustache with the rest. But I
like when you say it, you have to touch it when you say it. Nice.
I'm just trying to do a visual aid. Like, you know, a mustache like this thing and a goatee like this.
I say you get rid of all that shit on the screen and you just play back you going like this. Who needs Tony Robbins when you got you got a cheeseburger back there. Look at that.
Sorry, I was working out before. Sorry. You know how I do.
Between the weights and the mustache, man, you better be careful.
Fuck yeah, okay. I just need to get my pump on. I got some free weights from a person I delivered pizza to. I saw these weights on their porch. It was just two dumbbells or whatever, like that. And then some extra ones with nothing. Just a couple extra. And they're the plastic ones, like you saw, you know, the old school.
Oh, yeah, like with some kind of heavy sand? What do they put in those things?
Concrete or something.
Okay.
I think it's not concrete, but concrete.
They don't put heavy sand in there? What the fuck is heavy sand anyway?
Heavy sand.
Like, do you have any heavy sand? I see regular sand here, but
I think it's sand from a different dimension.
Yeah.
To where it's like it weighs as much as 1,000 suns.
Some bizarro sand.
Yeah, like you look at it and it says 700,000 kilograms. You're like, oh shit, this is some heavy sand.
That stuff is always marked down. They can never move the heavy sand.
Yeah. You know, Julian Sands, the actor, he's been in some heavy movies. You know, he's always kind of a heavy Sands.
Is that right? You're gonna have to enlighten me.
He's been in the Warlock movies. I forget what they're.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever made it through a Warlock.
You see those at 2 o'clock in the morning on Showtime back in 1998. That's the only place to see that shit.
Oh, gotcha.
I mean, if you probably missed the boat.
I think I missed the boat.
You blew it. What can I say? What, you're like 3 years old? You blew it.
Exactly.
No, you were like 7. 1998, right?
I think I and when?
1998.
I was
carry the 2.
I was 12.
Oh, that's pretty old.
Yeah.
Still enough to get a boner in school, right?
I mean, yeah. The
Usually-
awkward school boner.
Yeah.
I've been talking to Calvin about the awkward school boners. I'm like, dude, you
Really?
get to miss out. Well, he gets to miss out on his. I'm getting close to whisper about this now because I don't want him to hear it and get embarrassed.
Oh, you're right.
He gets to miss out on the awkward boner years of being in school. You know, like 7th grade is this year, right? That's like prime awkward boner time.
I'm sure he'll be back in time for another one. I mean, he didn't escape anything.
Well, he might be able to exercise some control. I feel like by the time you hit that 8th grade year,
Yeah.
you know how to settle things down. But,
Well, you know what you really have to worry about is his extremely easy access to Pornhub.
well,
It's
pretty terrifying.
stone's throw.
I mean,
It's right there.
we've had conversations about things that are out there and what you should try to avoid and what's I don't know. It's hard to explain it without going into detail.
Without getting really uncomfortable and wanting to stop talking.
No, I mean, it is what it is. Like, I'm not going to go into detail about like the things. I'm like, if you see something and it doesn't seem right, it's not right, and don't watch it.
Oh yeah, if you feel
It's like
uncomfortable, you should not watch it, no matter
yeah,
what.
you should not. But you know,
It could be
there's
something
things
totally
like-
normal or something crazily terrible.
yeah. I mean, we could be here all day, right? There's some fucked up shit out
No, we should list it all right now. No, he's a good lad. I assume he's kind of like he's a kind of a few chess moves ahead of everything and already. So
funny conversation.
I think he's thought about it so far already.
We started playing chess. This is completely embarrassing. Like 3 years ago when he was like 10, and I think I beat him twice.
And he beat you 100 times.
I mean, let's just say we stopped playing.
Because you're getting mad. Because you want to. Because you throw stuff, and he's like, "Come on, don't be that way."
Let's just say I was disappointed in myself.
You like throw the board. You tipped over the board, and he's like,
Yeah, I did.
Can we be adult about this?
Yeah, I mean, I let him know that you don't do that. You don't beat me like that.
Yeah, you don't beat adults. You let them win.
Cool. He understood once he, figured out the floor in the garage is pretty cold at night. So
Yeah,
you let your dad win.
that's right. And food out of a bowl is not what it's all is cracked up to be. Either.
Yeah,
But
so
he's
yeah,
a
no
good
more
lad.
chess for me. He's a smart lad.
He's a good boy. He'll learn.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. You got your drum set behind you.
I do, yeah. I haven't been playing much.
Really? I've been playing the guitar.
Yeah, I've been playing more guitar. What have you been playing, acoustic or electric or what?
I've been doing finger picking.
Really?
Yeah, let me try it out here. So I learned how to finger prick. I learned how to finger prick. Here it goes. Yeah, and
Sounds very nice.
I figured it out. I played the Beatles hit Julia of the White Album.
Very nice. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's no joke. It's tough to
Yeah.
get
Once you
that piece of the dexterity down.
It is, but once you shatter a few, just to shatter a little bit of the illusion, and you can, and then you're like, oh, this, and then you know how to do it. You figure out how it's done, and then you're like, well, now I need to like get myself to actually do it because I knew how to do it. So now you get your body, your limbs and everything
The muscle memory and the,
yeah. It's like first, yeah, you got to figure out how it's done, and then you're like, okay. And it's once you figure it out, you're like, it's still really hard. It's still not a picnic.
sure.
So you have to get it, and yeah. So, and then you figure out how, yeah, and self teaching is really good in a lot of ways, because I figured out fundamentals, and then you go from there, and I think that's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Because some things you kind of just hear over a long period of time in your mind, and you're like, if I just knew how he was doing it, it would just fall into place. And when I played that song, the Julia by the Beatles, it kind of fell. A lot of these things that I kind of knew how to approach it, but didn't know what was going on. Then it just went right in. I was just like, yeah. And a lot of those illusions can be shattered, and these people aren't, they're not supermen. They're just like normal humans.
Yeah, it just takes patience and practice, and it comes second nature to some people, but like not everything. When you see somebody that's really good, it's because they put in like a lot of time.
Yeah, you do, and you the initiative is important to just like see. I was like, all right, now I know what to do. It's like I can't make my fingers do that, but you just do it. You do it anyway.
Sure.
And like that, and it's pretty hard. Like, and it's like I did like the beginner's version. Other finger picking is more like really classical, like intricate stuff, like doing the. Do you remember that? What's that song? Shit. What's that one song? It's a finger pricking song.
You said finger prick again.
I said finger prick. Remember, George Carlin said you can prick your finger, but you can't finger your prick.
Where there's a will, George.
George was a good boy.
Yeah, he's a good boy. You know what? I don't know if you've watched this yet, but have you seen the documentary on the Comedy Store?
No, I haven't watched it yet. I don't know why.
It's good. You should watch it.
All right, I'll watch it.
It's cool. It makes me almost like Jay Leno.
You're
like, oh, he was a good dude once.
I like Jay Leno ever since I saw him on the Comedians with Cars Getting Coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's just a big nerd.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I've never had a cup of coffee. It's like, I never drank alcohol. I never took a drug. And he like has his first cup of coffee. And he's like, it's terrible. He's just like, who's this big nerd, this sheltered guy?
Uh-huh.
He's just a guy. And some of these people are like that. They just do their comedy, and they found this outlet, and that's what they did forever, for the rest of their life. And you don't realize that they're just,
Sure. Yeah, it's interesting to find that people are like, their profession is getting up in front of people and entertaining them.
Yeah.
But like, aside from that, like, I don't remember which guy, but Letterman's talking about one of the guys, and he's like, all he would do was sit in his room and, take illicit substances and write material. And then he would go and perform, and then he would go right back. He didn't do anything else. But, it's just pretty amazing that it's like, that's my calling. I mean, I hate people and I can't be around anybody, but that's all I'm going to do. That's all I want to do. So it's cool to see all the different personalities and all the people that went through there and all the careers that were made. It's pretty cool.
Did they talk to Jim Carrey a lot?
Yeah. Yeah. He was in there a lot. Yeah, he's talking about how he did one of his sets, like he would finish his act and he would just like jump into the piano and then like lay in there the rest of the night for like hours. So anytime they were like playing somebody else on and off the stage, it would just be all muffled and muted.
Yeah.
And then they would like turn the plays. And then, after the last guy got off, he would like come out of the top of the piano. Like, get out of here.
Yeah, he was he's a pretty weird guy with his whole Andy Kaufman thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to take it seriously.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's hard to not be Am I frozen?
You were frozen. I was
That's
just
weird.
waiting for you to come back. It's frozen with the shit on the screen too. It's kind of disconcerting.
I wonder if this is going to show up on the end result.
And plus, I don't know what you're eating. It's like you're eating, and I see shit, and it makes me think that you're eating shit. It's grossing me out.
This is weird. I don't know how
Just
to
tell
get
me
this
it's
to
not
stop
shit.
happening.
Just tell me it's not shit. Am I frozen too?
No. No, you're
Show you-
fine. You're still going on my end.
Did you see this? I'm gonna get this to you. I think this is yours.
Oh, is that mine? There you go. It looks good.
Do I look hip hop?
You do look like hip hop.
I feel pretty hip hop.
I think you look like hip hop.
Do I look like a rapist?
Yeah. You're my favorite rapist.
I aspire.
You know, if you were to like rap talking to some girl at getting the drinks at a bar, you would be a date rapist.
Well, there's that.
I don't know why I'm still frozen in time.
I don't know. It's kind of like, sometimes when they interview people and they don't have a video connection, so they just put a picture of them. Like, this should always be your picture with you in your cutoff shirt and the picture of shit.
Because it looks like I'm going like, that's what I'm doing right now.
Well, video never freezes in like a flattering pose or,
Yeah.
you're always like, got one eye open, or at least you have both eyes open. It looks like you're getting
Barely.
ready to say something. Yeah.
They're barely open.
I mean, they're spanky open,
We all know about my trouble with opening my eyes very wide.
I just trust you're looking at me.
I have squinty eye syndrome. I don't like to talk about it.
I'm sorry to bring it up. I didn't want you to make light of your condition, so I apologize.
I'm moving again.
Good.
Wait, let me try to do the.
No, you're smiling too much.
If I could maybe.
Hold it.
I was deep. I was in thought. I was like,
Huh?
but contemplative. My contemplative look is it's a funny look of a weird man. Well, yeah, it's good to have you back. I figured we should come back for at least a little bit more.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know why. All right, what were we talking about? See how I made it your responsibility?
Huh?
See how I made it your responsibility to
Yeah, that's right. Well, you were eating something. Let's start with, what were you eating?
a banana?
Oh, you were eating your album
Yeah.
cover?
Yeah, I did. I went ahead and got rid of it. I was like, this just needs to be. I got rid of that album cover idea. I'm like, that'll never work. Who would put
Yeah.
a banana on an album cover?
It's
It's so stupid.
yeah.
Only a real weirdo. But
Yeah.
Eating a banana is not good for audio.
I guess it depends on what you think of
What your thing is?
what you think is good.
Yeah, what do you like to hear usually?
I'm gonna agree with you. I don't think it's good. I'll grab some peanut butter and then, we'll see how that sounds.
Call the dog.
Mm-hmm.
Grab some peanut butter, call the dog over. I know how it goes.
No,
No, what I used to be, I used to chew with my mouth open. And Sarah, my ex-girlfriend, would just be like, one time she said something like this. She was like, do you realize what you sound like or something? I forget how she said it. She was like, really? Is that really? Something like that. I was just like, huh? What do you mean? because she had just put up with it for so many times, and then like I was just sitting there going chomp 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 on something, probably
Flapping
something
those gums, full velocity gum
where
flapping.
you can hear that, all the little intricacies.
Like you sound like the Simpsons family while they're eating.
Yeah, meow meow. Is that what Homer did? Yeah, everyone was like meow meow. It was like the first season or whatever. Like they showed them, yeah. And they would just because Marge would work so hard on this dinner and then just like mow it down and run away. It does make you sad. The first Simpsons made you sad. Marge, she's a sad character. It's a very empathetic character.
Yeah.
You know, like this kind of like melancholy thing to her whole disposition.
She had a rough go of it, yeah.
It's like the futility of American life.
Well, that's what makes it funny.
It is, yeah, it is what makes it funny.
Moms just have been systematically shat on for.
Moms get it rough.
Yeah. Yeah, God bless them.
They do. They take a bunch of shit, and then sometimes people even want to blame them for all their problems, you know.
Yeah.
But sometimes they got bad mommies, you know.
Sure.
Mommy dearest.
So what brings you here today? What are we talking about? I had a bad mommy, and I needed somebody of that.
You would go to therapy and talk about your bad mommy, and eventually, after a few things, your therapist would be like, "Okay, maybe we should stop calling her mommy." And you're like, "It's like why? That's just how I call her." Said, that's when my mommy did this, and you're like, "Okay, let's back away from the mommy."
Yeah.
Let's try to come away from the mommy. Say mother. It's like she's my mommy.
Not no way, not no how.
Not in this lifetime.
I done got ruined by my mom.
My mommy says.
Yeah, that might be like, so your mommy, did she pass when you were young? It's like, no, I just talked to mommy just before I came in.
Yeah, what if your problem isn't that you had a bad mommy, that you just like your mommy too much, you know? It's like, no, she's a great mommy. It's like, is she overbearing? Not at all. She's very. I just like to go, and I like to talk about my mommy a lot. She's
the best.
Was she ever abusive? Not at all. She was very stern but fair. It's just creepy. Like, what does this therapist do when something's just creepy? And it's just like, there's no harm being done, but it's like, you're a fucking weirdo. Stop it.
Good question.
Like, when can they just say, you're just fucking, this is fucking stupid and weird. It makes everyone uncomfortable. Stop it. Like,
well, you would probably include in how this is somehow a detriment to other aspects of your life. How?
Yeah, you'd have to make shit up. Yeah.
Well, you realize you can never have a partner that lives up to the satisfaction equivalent that you have with mommy.
Oh, there you go. They did. That's why it's harmful. See, that's why you're on the show.
That's why I've got my faux PhD.
Oh, I thought you were going to say foe like your mother or something. I have my foe. I'm like, who's your enemy? No, it's
mommy.
It's mommy. We'll have to have her, Mrs. Barnett, on the show and talk about these things.
She would do well.
She probably would. I was going to have Mr. Barnett on.
He would like that.
Yeah, he would.
He's a talker. You should ask him about his days at university. He has he'll fucking spin some yarn, man. He's got some good ones.
I can see him making the joke like, it's like, I graduated magna cum laude and I used to come pretty loud or something like that.
And then I'll be like, that's gross.
And you're like, you're my dad. That's pretty gross.
Yeah. Yeah. He would enjoy it.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
I would be intimidated by your dad.
What if he was talking about ejaculating? That would be intimidating.
Well,
It would be intimidating to me. That's right.
Maybe you.
Yeah.
To me, it would just make me comfortable.
Yeah, sure.
But
Just like a warm pair of undies, fresh out of the dryer, right?
Well, you ruin those undies with warm ejaculate. So what's better? It's like some people have comfort in a weird. They would want to wear. The worst feeling is when there's something cold on the inside of your underwear, and you're just like,
like what? What do you mean?
like, you're just like at the computer and having some fun, and then you pull up your little underwear, and it's cold on your body, and you're just like,
you're gonna need to elaborate.
Not ringing a bell?
No. Like you dropped some banana in there?
You
like
might
you
have
eating?
You might have watched a video where some people were having a good time.
Like a bar mitzvah?
Well, it would be more like a personal good time. Like, we've been...
Like you guys just got your tax return?
Is that personal?
Yeah, well, yeah, personal finance. I mean...
Yeah, the relationship between you and your accountant is a very close relationship.
That's sacred. That's almost close to mommy turf, It's like,
yeah.
We're close.
It is tax season. I was talking to my my accountant, and he's like, I think we can write off these Wendy's breakfasts. And I was like, okay, let me get my receipts out of my
out of my glove box.
Of my dossier. He's like, I see you've been buying a lot of Biddy Bop lately. And I was like, we can probably write this off as a... And I'm like, how much am I getting back? And he's like, you're going to get back, $900. I'm like, that's awesome. How much are your fees? He's like, $500. And I'm like, that seems fair. So I think I made the right move just to be safe, do it right with an expert. You don't want to mess around with those things and just like go through TurboTax. Take the standard deduction. What kind of idiot do you think are you taking me for?
Yeah. Don't want to get audited.
Yeah, it's an audit. Audit's just an extension of like you're gonna get in trouble. Everything is just like you getting in trouble with the law. It's an extension of this parental kind of presence. You're gonna get audited. You better give us the right answers. We know the right answers, but we're not going to tell you. If you give us the wrong ones, you might get audited. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
Fucking audit. I don't know, dude.
I don't know, dude.
You fucking audit poor people.
It's like,
misplaced millions of dollars and let people take care of their capital gains tax and whatever, move some dollars around. And then it's like, hey, fucko, I see you didn't claim, 5% of the $20,000 that you made last year, whatever, It's like they go after fucking poor people.
Yeah, exactly. That's what.
Just let them have it, man. Just let them have it.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a big game. I remember Seinfeld was talking about counterfeit money, and he's like, since we're all just agreeing with this money, the paper equals value thing, why don't you just let them do it? It's like, what's the big deal? It's just a scam anyway. It's like this, if you print one that looks pretty good, whatever, then you get it. You win. And I agree with it. Because you're right.
Something for the ingenuity.
We're supposed to think that this counterfeited money means more than the printed money from the government, because we're supposed to think the government is trustworthy and doesn't ever squander money, and of course they do. They're not any better at it. It's just a collection of other people.
Yeah.
Just a collection of people that said that they're better than the other people at doing it.
Mm-hmm. Because they had not counterfeit money put behind them.
Because
There's
like,
the
isn't it like, I think if you counterfeit it, isn't that a victimless crime?
well, not to the establishment that goes to try to give that money to the bank, right? Somebody,
Well, it's like prostitution. It's only bad because it's illegal. Once you take away black market, once you take away the fact that it's illegal.
well, look at it this way: would you pay for a prostitute with counterfeit bills? She would come back and fuck you up.
Okay, that's a good point.
She'd be
Well,
like, "Listen, motherfucker,
But if it
I
was
tried to deposit that in my bank."
if prostitution was legal, then I used counterfeit bills, and they were both legal, then everything would be fine. See, that's the America I want to live in.
You're scratching at utopia there.
I am. I think I'm scratching at utopia like a boil, and I think it will burst forth. Utopia will burst forth in a very relieving, kind of natural.
Is that like our best case scenario of like the American dream now is of American utopia is that it's just like a boil that needs to be lanced.
Yeah, pretty
Like
much.
it needs to be lanced and then healed over, and then we can reassess what to do about the boil.
Yeah.
What the growth is.
Let me tell you something about. I've had on my scrotum. There's been this thing.
Oh, I like where this is going.
For more than 10 years, there's been this thing, and it's never been painful. It's just looked like a sebaceous cyst.
Uh-huh.
And it's grown more and more. And recently, it's grown to about the size of two peanut M&Ms. And then recently, the tip of it popped open.
Oh my God.
And all this stuff came out, and now it's about the size of one peanut M&M.
Okay. Have you had your M&Ms looked at?
No.
Yeah, I would recommend maybe doing that.
But my health insurance will not pay for cosmetic surgery, which a sebaceous cyst that is not infected would fall under that. But if it's infected, so I'm going to go to the doctor and be like, all right, now it's infected, so you have to fix it for free. You know what I mean? Yeah, now it's a problem. It's like an open thing. But it's actually not an open thing because it closed right back up. It's fine.
It's not an open and shut cyst.
It is an open and shut case. It could sit there for another 20 years probably.
I think the fact that you have to wait on something to get infected in order to get it addressed is maybe another issue that
it was never
we have with our healthcare system.
It wasn't infected because it never hurt. There's never been any red swelling. It's always just been an accumulation of excess white blood cells that I guess technically are fighting an infection. But they're winning. They've been winning all these years. And I realized that this stuff that came out was a decade old. Uh-huh. Yeah. Isn't that weird?
I mean,
I don't know. That white shit has been sitting in that thing, in that pustule for a decade, getting added to every now and then.
Now, do you get to talk about this with everybody on the show, or am I just that lucky guy?
I think, well, this is a recent thing, so I forgot. I just did a thing with Mike on his podcast. I forgot to talk about it with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got an exclusive.
That's
Yeah.
fucking gross, dude.
But it's fine now. What am I going to do, right?
Okay, well, I'm glad that it's fine.
It's just kind of a flat little thing. It looks like a little Mickey Mouse ear sticking off the side. You know what I mean? I'll get it looked at.
Yeah, you should have the doctor talking to the Mickey Mouse ear and see if he's got any advice.
Talking to the microphone, Doc. Hello.
Uh-huh.
That's this if he talks into like a. That's just the old I can't think of the word now. What's the word for the vagina doctor?
No, it's just vagina doctor.
Yeah,
Pussy
old-
doc, I think is that what it's called?
yeah.
Gynecologist.
The gynecologist, something about him saying hello, 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 the echo, yeah. What's that joke, do you remember?
I don't know. I think I got the gist of it.
Yeah, it was something like, can you tell by the echo? I can't remember. It's a gynecologist joke.
Yeah.
But I
I
feel the
feel
same
that
way.
way. What's that?
I feel just as vulnerable with my little Mickey Mouse ear.
Sure. Yeah, I can imagine.
I just hope that a raccoon comes in and bites it off in the middle of the night. That way I don't have to deal with it.
Well, you need to go over to, Brian and Massey's and just lay out.
Just lay down naked in front of those.
Yeah, those coons they'll take care of you. That's
Yeah,
what we
I
call
know.
backwoods medicine.
Yeah, and the raccoons will too. Oh, you meant the raccoons. Okay.
I did. That's what I was. Yeah.
That you meant at first? Okay, cool.
Yeah. They have. Don't they have? Wildlife friends. It's like a Disney movie over there. All the.
The coyote came.
Yeah.
They have there's like 10 fucking raccoons that she feeds. And then there's a coyote that came, and I think she saw that too. She didn't take a picture.
Yeah.
And
It's crazy.
She's probably going to feed the raccoon too, and then give it a name.
Mm-hmm.
And then, some homeless guy will come and they'll feed him and give him a name.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. That's like adult adoption.
Yeah. You're like, your new name is Leroy or whatever.
Reginald.
Teddy.
Yeah, that's good.
You know what? There's a homeless guy, and we know his name is Jennings, because I was like, he camps out in front of where I work at Jet's Pizza.
Okay.
And he's like, I was like, what's that guy? And he's like, oh, that's Jennings. It's a homeless guy. I'm like, Jennings? It sounds like a butler. Something. Why is Jennings out there? Jennings?
Yeah.
Jennings, would you wash my underwear in the creek, please, Jennings? But then, and then Corey Lombardo, our friend, says he's a regular around that area, around the bars, and he's been homeless forever, and his name is Beats. His nickname is Beats, like Beats. I guess because he's like 50 years old and he has a mullet, and he just looks like an old drunk. I don't know if he's like a cool, hip, young DJ named Beats or not. I don't know where he gets his name, Beats.
DJ Beats.
Yeah, I don't know what the Beats is from. And I asked Bardo, and he said, look, I don't know, or whatever. I don't know what he said.
I don't know.
He was like, oh.
Yeah. Went into Heartbreak Hotel.
Your teddy bear. I wanna be.
Oh. Try to throw Beats Jennings a line when I see him.
If you see Beats around that mall, that mini mall that Jet's Pizza is in, with the Mark Pies and the Smoothie King and the other things right there on the corner of Northwest Boulevard and Fifth Avenue and Upper Arlington, then Beats will be hanging out there. He floats back and forth in between sleeping on the side of Mickey's bar and sleeping on the side of right in front of Jet's Pizza in the window.
You should have him on the show.
He's a bona fide homeless guy, like from what you've seen from the comic relief specials from the 1980s on HBO.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's all that. He's got his bag of like ass wipes that he's got with him. But go to Beats, go find him in Grandview, and give him $1.
I wish him the best.
I tried to help him before, and he's like, I don't need it. So I think he gets like money from somewhere.
Yeah.
Social Security or something.
Well, that's cool.
He's like, don't worry about it. Something like that. And I was like, what? Don't worry about it? Dude, but okay.
He's a self-sustaining individual.
He's like, I get a $700 check every week.
Fucking
If I sticks it in a bag, I don't know. He's not worried about money.
Means nothing.
Whatever, Spanky.